Play music, trance. What the hell? You play music, trance.
There you go.
I like when people think it's a jukebox stream or something. Hey, I want to hear the Supremes.
Make a beat.
Right.
Country.
Play it right now.
Kenny Chesney inspired. Your favorite songs that you all produced?
I got one, and it's probably a new favorite for this week. Somebody hit me yesterday with an old song on YouTube that I did.
Oh,
it was a Lil Wayne Jody Breeze song.
Not Jody Breeze.
Yes, Jody Breeze, cuz.
I seen Jody Breeze the other day. Crazy enough.
Shut up, bro.
Now, he lived like right down the street from where I stay at, in my old apartment complex. I always see him over there.
Man, so real quick, the song is Dippin'. And it's known as Lil Wayne's song, but it was really Jody Breeze's song. So what happened is, real quick, I came down here in like 2005, the first time. And I didn't accomplish anything, but the only thing I did was I met this dude, and he happened to manage Jody at the time. Oh, so I gave him a beat, and he's like, yeah, Jody gonna cut this. I was pumped in, because Boys in the Hood was popular. Right. I was like, Jody Breeze gonna rap on my beat. I left Georgia, came back to Baltimore, and it had been like 2 weeks, and he hit me up. He was like, yo, we get Wayne on the song. I'm like, holy shit, you get Lil Wayne on the song. I was pumped. Then he was like, Wayne is coming from New York down to Atlanta. You got a studio in Baltimore. He's going to stop and record his stuff and some other songs for his album at your studio. So Lil Wayne recorded like 3 songs for his album that came out at my studio, and my song with Jody Breeze. And the crazy part is, somebody just told him he had a studio to record at. He didn't even know that I did the beat for that song.
Oh shit.
It was weird.
Awkward.
That's a long answer too.
Favorite song I produced? I said, I don't want to keep giving the same answer because I feel like I always say the Bieber one.
Hey, if it's true though.
I mean, it's not my favorite musically though. It's my favorite just because what I got from it.
Yeah, it's very noteworthy.
Yeah.
If nothing else, like that's super noteworthy. Like, yeah, there's a song for Justin Bieber. So what's your favorite one musically? Yeah, stumped them. Y'all see what I did there?
I'll say I did a record with Rico Love called Strip Club. I like that because I was listening to a bunch of like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and I wanted to make something that sounds spacey and sexy at the same time.
Oh, like the Janet Jones used to be.
Like yep. And what really made me think was that Usher record Mars vs. Venus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to go for something like that, so that it came out dope, and it was the first record I did with Rico. So that was dope.
Super dope.
Ableton or MPC Renaissance?
Ableton. Mm-hmm. I see people saying this album is...
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I heard the joint is...
I might have to check that joint out tonight.
Wiggle. New VST alert. Serato sample.
Yeah, okay, listen. Nah, that was dramatic.
I was like, oh shit, what'd they do?
It did look kind of dope, though. I was in the studio with Ian Bravo last week, and E had it. And I'm like, what you doing over there, man? So he chopping the joint up, and I'm like, it looked good. The time stretch algorithm, of course, is on point.
Right.
And I was like, I should get that. But then I'm like, what does it do that I can't already do in Ableton? And I couldn't think of nothing.
That was my issue.
So I'm like, I would just get it to get it.
That's because we talked about it, and I got it when it first came out, and I was like, And then people on the podcast were saying, oh, this is dope. And I was like, all right, I'm going to take another look. So I tried to make a couple beats with it. Only thing that I liked is you could just click random, and it'll randomly pick pieces.
Like a cue point?
Yeah, it just randomly picks cue points.
Oh, that's dope.
So it makes your chops different than what you thought. Outside of that, I don't really care.
Now, the random cue point that it picked, is it truly random, or is it a transient?
I think it's like a transient, but it's like it'll be in like the middle of the song.
That's super dope, though. Yeah. As long as it's a transient, like don't bring me in at like the end of a snare.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
But see, I sample, but I don't sample like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a sample-based producer because I use loops and stuff that we make, you know what I mean? And then manipulate like a sample, but I don't really be...
The term sample-based producer, it's really 2 types of sample-based. I'm both, actually.
Right. Yeah, you're both.
Sample. I'm Sample Jones. Sample Pacquiao.
Sample Pacquiao.
Yeah, but Yeah, it's two types of sample-based producers.
That's a great name, Sample Pacquiao.
Sample Pacquiao, yes indeed.
God, I had thought of another one the other day, and I was like, damn, I gotta write. This is before I knew Revelation, so I didn't write it down. I'm kind of upset.
Hey, you hit me with the Wade Chappelle.
Oh, yeah, Wade Chappelle.
You had one after that, like a week after. It was like last week or something like that, and it was the best one, ever. And I cannot think of what it was.
We just randomly think of like music-inspired nicknames, like Luke Cage.
Yeah. Wade Chappelle, Pacquiao, Kid Cudi,
yeah.
Luke Skywalker. That was the first one.
That was the first one.
That was my Twitter handle for a minute, but then people started calling me, "Hey, what's up, Luke?" Or "Hey, what's up, Skywalker?" I'm like, "What the hell are you?" I was trying to be cool.
Yeah, my name on Instagram was Vinny Chase for a while, and people were like, "Oh, what's up, Vinny?" I'm like, "Do y'all not watch Entourage? Do y'all not get the reference?"
Mad people named Turtle start hitting you up.
Yeah.
What we doing today, man?
Leave me alone, Johnny Drama. What's the best way to make a bass line?
I'm assuming you're talking melody wise, and not like, because I say like use a bass plugin, but
your chord.
Yeah, use the bass to follow the melody.
You can't. The reason why, and again, it's the age-old argument of melody or drums. Mm-hmm. The reason why I do melody first, because if you figure out your chords and they're right, everything else makes sense. Your bass gonna make sense.
Yeah, the bass is easy to know, because drums are gonna just bounce around the melody. You're gonna have a cadence to your melody more than likely. Yeah.
Yeah, so work on your chords, man. Bottom note of your chord, bass line. And then from that chord, you know what you could play. And it's variations. It's stuff outside of that scale you're going to be able to play. But just bare necessity, there you go. You in there. Go.
Hey, when in doubt, go up or down a fifth.
Hey, look at Oracle talking that music theory shit.
I mean, up down a fifth from the tonic.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I've exhausted my musical vocabulary.
Throw a dotted eighth, quarter notes, sustained. Don't forget it.
Shout out to everybody using the dotted eighth quantized. It's gonna be a thing one day.
Niggas just said a bunch of nonsense, dog.
Pretty much.
Don't forget, every good boy does fly. Did they teach you that?
Yeah.
Every good boy does.
That was the hold on, every good boy does.
And face.
Face was the one.
Yep.
Yo, boy, that FACE?
Boy.
Woo! I didn't even realize I was playing face chords for years.
Dog, I had to send my band teacher a message the other day, because dog, I'm over here making a beat and I'm over here like whole, half. Whole, half. Like, the scale. That's how they taught us when I was in school. So I still remember. So I'm over here like, boo, 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 boo. Dog, shout out to my band teacher.
Yo, shout out to you for still being in touch with your band teacher.
Oh, no, my band teacher is only a couple years older than me. Weird. I don't know how he ended up teaching and was that young, but him and my brother were cool.
He one of them that got in there like 25 years old, 24 years old.
So he was like my homeboy, but my band teacher.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's dope. My band teacher was a lady who was like 56 years old named Miss Moran or something. That's why I stopped playing the trumpet. She had me on ta-ta, ti-ti-ta for too long.
Plus trumpet, man, I ain't never seen a girl be like, yo, I like that trumpet player. Trumpet ain't the most sexy thing you want to play,
Wait, not true. You know who's going to be attracted to you? Old women. No one complimented me on playing. No woman complimented me on playing the trumpet except for like older ones, and it'd be like the older ones that give you that look. Like,
how old we talking now? Cause I'm down. I'm down with certain. How old we talking now?
I was young at the time.
Okay,
but probably about a good 45 years old. 45.
45. Hey, I'm with
45. Yeah,
I'm with 45.
They didn't look bad, but just something at the age I was, I'm like, this seems out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, that's creepy at the age that you were.
Well, I was like 13.
Yeah, see, that's creepy.
Yeah, I'm like, something don't seem right. Like, I feel like I'm gonna come to your house and you're just gonna be drinking mad scotch and using words I don't understand.
Sit down, little boy.
Right.
Native Instruments wants me to be an ambassador at 17. Am I too young to do that?
No.
Yeah, man.
You're never too young to make money or look at it like this. It's on your way to becoming great. You know, is it too late to start becoming great? Or too young to start becoming great? Never.
Facts.
Yeah.
Top 5 favorite VST synths.
I'm not gonna give 5 because I actually have a blog post coming out about that next week.
Hey, so go to soundoracle.net.
There you go.
Sign up for the mailing list.
I'll give 1. Damn. We say the same thing every week.
know.
You know what I'm saying? Contact, output.
Mm-hmm.
All the output joints.
Can't go wrong.
Nah.
That's really like 5 because they got a bunch of them.
Right. Oh, it's my man.
The Innovator.
The Innovator, Inno, what up? If y'all don't know Inno, man, he writes a lot of my blogs on my site. He's an awesome guest blogger. We're gonna find a way to get him tied into the sound design and all that, man. He's an all around great dude.
Shout out to Young Innovator.
And he's a veteran. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what the hell does that have to do with music, that he's a veteran? But what I found is that working with veterans every now and again, they have a certain type of discipline,
Boy,
that we all could aspire
right.
to have. You know what I mean? So I bring that up like, yeah. And I know he's always like, well, every time he say something about me, he says I'm a veteran. But it's having that discipline, man. We all need that veteran discipline. So shout out to Inno.
Salute to you, brother.
Yes, indeed.
Name a sample someone else used and you wish you had used it first.
What's his boy name? Gabriel Sabato, something like that. The sample to CeeLo Green's Crazy. Love Unlimited, the sample to All About the Benjamins. By the way, I posted something on Twitter about a week or 2 ago. It said if when All About the Benjamins come on, if you don't move or feel something, you are dead.
What y'all want to do? Want to be ballers?
When that song comes on, yo, if you're big toe, don't at least shaking your boot a little bit.
If you ain't Millie Rock on any block, come on, man.
Yo, even your aunt is going to move when Benjamins come on. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah, that's classic, man.
You know what mine is?
What?
Fucking Throw Some D's. That Elder Bar.
Oh, the Elder Bar.
Because it's one of them songs that I heard so many times. I knew that song, and when I heard that Throw Some D's, it blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck is this?
One of them joints that was, everybody had it, but nobody used it.
That was one of them. And that's why I was like, bravo.
Yo,
bravo.
And it was such a flip, because there's certain things that everybody mother had. Like like when Kanye and Twisted did Slow Jams with the Luther.
Right.
You're like, okay, cool, you use the Luther joint, but that's nothing.
Right.
But when they used the switch joint for I was like, oh my God. Genius. By the way, people couldn't find it in the beginning because they were looking for Elder Bars.
I said Elder Bars too. After you said switch, I was like, damn.
Which was the bars before they became the
right. Girl, I love you. If you're Sample Pacquiao, I'm Sample L. Jones.
Ooh, Sample L. Jackson would have been a better one, but all right. I like that one. Sample L. Jones. I see what you did there.
How important is my interface to my sound? I use a duet too.
Oh, you rocking. You good.
You good. Gucci.
You good, man. By the way, yo, Sample L. Jackson. I'm sorry. I love that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Snakes on a Plane. Sample L. Jackson. Yeah, you good. Duet too. I use a duet too right now.
Yeah,
still to this day.
Yeah, you got some awesome converters. You got it made. You top of the line right now.
How do you break a writer's block? My production is in the sunken place. Oh man.
Ooh, not the sunken place. That somebody came up to your equipment like, now sink into the floor.
So what you gotta do is when they come up to you, you gotta punch them in the throat, and you gotta run. You gotta escape out of. No, that's telling the movie.
Collaborate.
Yeah.
Collaborate. YouTube for inspirational video. Instagram for inspirational videos. You ever watch somebody make a beat on Instagram Live? Of course you have. Watch somebody make a beat on Instagram Live. It automatically makes you be like, I want to make a beat. Mm-hmm. I was watching Cardiac earlier. Yeah, I was like, man, if I had to do this show, I'd make a beat right now.
You told me this. The fucking acapella. Dog, that's like my dog. Yeah. I do that pretty much every beat. I have acapellas that I know that's got the energy that I want. Or if I'm stuck on a beat, I throw them mugs in there, work around it, and it always helps.
Shout out to you for reminding me something that I told you that I'm like, that's a good idea. I got a new computer and I moved on my acapellas and I haven't seen them since and I forgot all about it.
Actually, I need to.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, if you have Ableton, this is what I did. I just made a track of like 25 acapellas.
Oh, in the clip view.
In the clip view. Oh yeah, since you want to clip. Yeah, make a track of like 25, however many acapellas. You know, just warp them all properly. And anytime you're making a beat, if you get stuck or if you don't get stuck, you can just go to your browser, grab that track, because you drag it to your browser to save it. Drag that track into your set. Just start launching acapellas, dog. Yo, I used to make some of the best collab and feature remixes that I never recorded. Nobody ever heard of, but it'd be like Wayne and Jay-Z.
Right. This verse a Future joint. This one a Jay-Z.
Just mad people. Then you get like a Pimp C verse out of nowhere.
Is that a Taylor Swift verse?
Yeah. I did. I put Katy Perry in that joint. I had what's that, Dark Horse or whatever?
You be having random. Is that Snow Informer? Yeah, bro. We in here. We lit, dog.
Informer.
The best way to find chords. 3 notes, and you sit there and you hum. You find your top, you find the bottom, and you figure out the in-betweens.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And just remember, 137, 1357, 1 3, just know the chord. Once you know the chord structures, and I'm not the best with playing chords, but I do know the structures.
Right.
If I hit a note, the tonic, that's my word. When I hit the tonic, I know most of the time I can go to the 3rd, the 5th, or the 3rd, the 7th. That's going to give me a minor jump. Most of the stuff that we make in the music we do is minor chords anyway.
So is Adobe Audition considered a DAW in the music industry?
It used to be.
Yeah, I definitely used to use it. My brother still uses that joint to this day.
Does he?
Right now.
For what? For like DJ mixing?
Yeah, like stuff? Edits and stuff.
I guess you can't go wrong. All the stuff has the same tools.
Yeah.
But when I think of Adobe Audition or Audacity or any of that stuff, I think like wave editing or podcasts. Like I know the guy, the tech podcast I listen to, Leo Laporte. He uses Audacity for his stuff, and people call it like, I'm having problems with my audio program, and it'd be Audacity. I'm like, let me turn this off.
They got the bootleg joint, the free boy.
Yeah,
I mean it's cool. Oh, and this has nothing to do with, well, kind of, it's like podcast related. You know the iRig, they have a podcast joint now that you plug in your iPhone and it's like a mic.
I saw that. Wait, they got the joint. Wait, hold. I missed that. I was about to talk about something else. Wait, so you plug your...
So, I got an iRig that I use for DJing and stuff. They have an iRig that you plug in for podcasts. So you can record your podcast straight from your phone. Super quality.
Straight through the phone?
I'm sending it to you.
Why do I look so excited? Straight through the phone.
I'm selling dope. Straight out the iPhone.
Nah, that's dope. Because I was looking for something, we get a 2 mic setup. And I saw they got something you could hook up 2 mics. And it goes to the one jump.
Yeah, that iRig joint look kind of cool though. If anybody just trying to start a podcast or something small, it's probably a cheap way to get in.
It's smart. I saw it last week because I was looking for a cool tech for under $100. It was not under $100 though. So that was the reason why I didn't mention it. But I was like, oh man, that's really cool. Wait.
Use the minor scale up a semitone under the half ninth note with the 4/4 tempo. That's correct. You're right, bro.
See, you got it.
You gotta do is put the crescendo there, bro.
Ooh,
now, you can't forget the crescendo.
6/8 crescendo.
The 6/8 crescendo.
That's the nicest one.
That's the secret, guys. Ragheads asks, what would you want to be remembered as to the both of you guys? Ragheads, I'm watching you, man.
I know. These questions.
What podcast you listen to? I'm about to ask you some questions. What podcast you listening to?
Hey.
What books you read, Ragheads? I want to know.
I don't know. You got an answer?
Man, I just want to be remembered for making dope shit, dog.
There you go.
I just want to have a legacy where, like, yo, he made some cool shit and people appreciate it later on. That's all I care about.
That's fucking dope. Funny enough, that sounded like a hard question, but when I read it, I immediately had an answer in my mind, which is weird to me. 2 words: inspiring genius.
That's facts. I like that one.
That's it.
Might have to steal that one.
It's yours. Free. 500 of them.
What do you put on your master track?
Wouldn't you like to know? Honestly, most of the time, just a limiter, a stock limiter. I used to put L2 when I wanted to do certain stuff, but now I learned just from listening to certain people and watching certain things, I don't even do that anymore. Most people, now if you listen to some pros, some older pros, they're like, yo, your master track should be empty. It should be
That's
nothing
true.
on it. You should, the individual track should be. That's like a real old school vet tip. So I've been using that approach lately. So right now my master track still has just a limiter on it, just in case something gets crazy. I don't want to kill myself. But that's it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much saying that. And the thing is, guys, coming from somebody who had issues with my beats for a long time, and it's not like it wasn't issues that other people had, but for me, I didn't like my drums, how they hit.
I remember those days.
For months and probably years that I would always talk about, I didn't like how it would hit. It's not what you put on it, it's how you use it. Like, I've seen people use stock plugins, the most bare EQ limiter, and have the greatest sounding mixes.
Yep.
And then I've seen people use every plugin in the world, namely me, to try to get the good mix, and it don't work.
Yeah, so then you acquire all these big name waves. You get all the waves joints, but it's the application, not the tool. It's the application.
Just music and lyrics. What up, man?
What's up?
How far has the internet destroyed the need of a record label for artists?
Wow.
To your opinion?
I'm taken back by the use of the word destroyed. It was such a powerful word, but
it's a very weird question. Well, not a weird question. The answer is weird because to me, I feel like it's destroyed it and then it's made it better at the same time.
I can see the destroying part. Which way do you think it made it better?
Well, it's different. It's kind of like, I know this is going to be a real nerdy millennial answer.
Hey, that's what we here for.
But it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z, right? It's like Boo, right? Y'all killed Boo, right? The fat one, right? Then you came back with, and it's this in shape Boo, you know what I mean?
He's explaining. I'm going to get another drink because I don't remember Dragon Ball Z, but I'm going to get another drink.
But it's different because it's like, it ain't the big money house that it was, but it's a different money house. You know what I mean? It's different opportunities. So it's like,
true.
In one sense, the labels are like destroyed and it's terrible, but then long as somebody got a check, it's always going to be a label. That's never going to go away.
That is true. So it's different now. Do you think it's just, is it better different, worse different, or it's just different ways of making money?
I think we still ain't figured out if it's better or worse yet. But I think in the long run, it has potential to be better.
Yeah, I know for a fact, it's not as good as it used to be. But just from hearing people talk about it. You know, the people that were like getting $1 million deals, $2 million video budgets. Right. It's not the same as that, but I do agree with you. It's probably a lot of new potential in there. And the way I think it's made things better is it made a way for the independents. And not only did it make a way for the independents, it almost made it necessary to become independent or to have that independent spirit because those are the people that they're signing now.
Exactly.
So, yeah, labels going down or going up, however you say it, I think that's the good part because people are like, oh, for these labels to check for me, I got to get out there and make content, make songs, make mixtapes. Whereas before, people are like, I'm just sending stuff to the label and hopefully somebody call me back and save my life like a lottery. So...
Because before, I think to be an artist, you had to be a certain of everything. Being in the music industry, I feel like before 2000, I say maybe 6 or 7, was very just like you had to be in the right circles, you had to know the right people, you had to look a certain kind of way.
Be on the right label.
The right label. It was so many factors of how to get even heard. To even have the studio set up to fucking record was, you had to have some bread. Because it wasn't cheap to just go record.
Them budgets were crazy.
So, but now it's like literally anybody can do it. So that's what, in a way, is good because it gives people access who have never thought about doing this.
It levels the playing field for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then there's so much competition too. So it's like the downfall.
Yeah,
you just gotta be smart.
You better be the best in the gym or you ain't getting on the court. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
Gemstone says, have a great day. I don't know what this emoji you said, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you have a great day.
It looks exciting. What is this emoji?
Hold on, I'm not even on that screen.
It looks like a when you're playing NBA. Was it NBA Jam?
Yeah. What is that?
Is that a basketball?
It looks like a basketball.
Oh, yeah. Is it a flaming basketball?
What kind of phone do you have?
Right. Where does this emoji come from?
What is this? Lito, what up, bro?
Yeah, Lito. Hey, what up, bruh?
I can never say it.
Yeah.
But you know what we talking
about. Yeah.
Ibrahim's. What's up, bro?
Man? Ain't seen you here in a minute. Master track empty. I'm learning.
Yeah.
Some people throw on that ozone boy, but you know.
Yeah. And that tip that I heard, it's from a real old school guy. they're like, yeah, master track should be empty. All your tracks should be individually, blah blah blah, and then summed to be perfect by the time it hits the master track. And I'm like, I'll accept that challenge. That's awesome.
Do you remember this producer named J.R. Rodham?
Yeah.
J.R.
At Chalice, which is the first studio I ever was in LA, I think, he had his reserved parking space. And I used to be like, that's J.R. Rodham's parking space. I'm going to meet him one day because I'm always at the studio. Yeah, I never saw him pull up to that parking space.
I don't know what happened to him lately, but I remember I was writing him. I was more of a songwriter. Not more of a songwriter, but I was doing a lot more songwriting at one point. And I had got some beats from him.
Oh, dope.
And I noticed how his waveforms, when I would make a beat, my waveform would be just solid.
Oh, God. Flat tops?
Well, it would just be too compressed. It would be too much. Dog, I would see his joints had all this peaks, and his shit was so much louder than mine.
That's crazy. Yeah, you see all the transients
and that taught me about, it made me realize, like, oh, you're doing something wrong. You're over-compressing. You're putting too much on your master. Tone it back. You can still get this loudness without doing all this crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think for the loudness, you got to get them flat top waves, which is bad. Unless you're doing something very creative, if your waves are flat anywhere,
oh yeah, it's not good.
Whoa, you got a problem. You got them box boys.
What's a good resource to learn the fundamental notes in mixing?
YouTube.
Yeah, Dave Pensato.
Oh, yeah. Well, YouTube, Dave Pensato.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Facts. Do you think Isotope Ozone 7 is a great tool for mastering songs?
I hear it is. I've never mastered a song with it, but I hear it is.
I use Ozone sometimes, but the thing is, with Ozone, if you don't give headroom and do all this stuff before, it's just like, it's like Lander. It's just gonna put a bunch of processing on a shitty mix, and it's still not gonna sound that good. That's why I don't really mess with Lander like that, because it's just like, yo, if you don't know what you're doing to do up front, it's like,
who likes Lander?
I've never heard nobody say they like it.
I've never heard anyone say anything good about Lander.
Well, you know what? I take that back. The one guy, it's this EDM DJ named Bremar. He uses it like a demo. Like, say he's about to send out a demo, he says he uses Lander for that. Like a quick, like, you'll get a reference. And I can see that, because it's like, puts the mastering on it and makes it feel a little more.
Yeah. But people treat it like the shoes, what you call it, shoes?
Like Mike?
No, what's your boy came out with the shoe?
The Zoe.
The Zoe. Yeah, like, everyone knows about it because everyone you know doesn't like it. So everyone's talking about it, but they're saying that they don't like it. That's what Lander is for me. Like, I hear about it all.
He says, what model and specs do you guys recommend? Thanks so much for your advice and time, gentlemen.
I'm not a Mac guy, but I do know anything less than 8 gigs, you're wasting your time. Honestly, with 8 gigs, you might find some struggle.
Yeah, don't do it. Trust me.
That was the current struggle. Yeah. Yeah, 8 gigs. You don't want 8 gigs. I say shoot for 16 gigs. SSD, but with a Mac, you're not gonna get an SSD.
I mean, you can. It's gonna be expensive.
That's the problem. Before I get into my problem, and I require at least 3 USB ports. Really 4, at least 3, and I need an SD card reader. Is that it? That's it. But yeah, minimum specs, 16 gigs, SSD drive of at least 512 megabytes, but honestly, you need a terabyte or more of SSD, and try to get a dual SSD and a regular drive in one system if you can, and at least 3 or 4 USB ports, which is my problem with Mac now, because to do all of that in a Mac is a mortgage. And what set me off when I saw the questions, because Mac had their big meeting and release joint the other day. They came out with a new iMac Pro. Let me tell you something. So it's all in one, just the big screen joint. The joint only has 3 ports, 3 USB-C ports. Okay, so you're gonna have to get an adapter, a USB-C adapter that has regular USB on it to run your regular USB stuff. That's not my problem. It comes with, I think, a terabyte SSD drive. shout out to them for that. But that wasn't my problem. The problem is, for this regular ass computer, it's $5,000.
Yeah.
5K graphic screen. Unless you're a graphic designer or you're editing movies, that means
nothing.
Zero. You don't need 5K. That means super zero. And it doesn't come with a terabyte SSD. It's upgradable to a 2 terabyte SSD. So I don't know what it comes with, but you can put up to a 2 terabyte SSD in it. So it comes with something significantly smaller. And the RAM is only upgradable to 12 gigs of RAM. You're charging people $5,000 for that. If you had all that in a PC, number one, it would be a shitty PC. Number two, it would cost you maybe $1,400. Maybe $1,400.
That's good.
And most PC manufacturers have OLED screens now. Mac still does not have OLED screens. And they still charging. You could buy 4 or 5 PCs that are better than that Mac for the price of that Mac. And this is why I'm considering leaving Mac. They keep taking things away under the guise of being revolutionary. Like, oh, we took the headphone jack away because we're being revolutionary. Well, no, you just keep making me buy adapters and making me spend that money in another way. Because you took the headphone jack away, but you're like, oh, we have an adapter that turns it back into the headphone jack. Why the hell?
Right.
Oh, we took it away to make the thing smaller. It's always like a guise of.
And see, my issue now. This has been, I'm Mac shoddy. Mm-hmm. I've been MacBook probably 10 years now of nothing but Mac products. This is the first time where I'm really like, I don't know what to do, because basically I had bought a computer, a really nice computer, and I was tipsy, man. I'm on the phone with my homeboy. We were working on a video game.
So sad.
And I was making a beat, and I'm you know how you be making a beat and you be getting to it. You get a little head nod. I knocked over my glass of wine onto my computer, my brand new computer. So I destroyed that computer. So I had to buy another computer really quick. So I ended up getting one less than what that one was, because I just wasted all this money, know. So I got an 8 gig RAM one. And it's a decent computer. It's like I got a 13-inch. It's like an i5. I mean, it's cool. It gets the job done. Yeah. But now it's like it's choking up a little bit. It's not doing what it's supposed to. And I need to get a new computer. But they all have the USB-C. And I'm a DJ. And you gotta have an adapter. I know I'm gonna forget this adapter. I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna show up to the club to DJ, and I'm gonna forget that adapter.
They keep making you buy more
and I don't
accessories.
Like it. Yeah.
I have a USB-C port on that joint. So I recently got this joint. This has far better specs than the brand new iMac Pro, which is a desktop computer that they just announced. This shit has way better specs than that. And it cost a fifth of the price. That's the thing. And that's a laptop. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And it's a USB-C port on it. I just haven't used it yet. But it has 3 USB 3.0 ports and a USB-C port. But Apple's like, yo, USB-C is new. You got to get the adapters. We selling the adapters. Boom. Extra money. Right. On top of charging you $5,000 for a computer that's only upgradable to 12 gigs of RAM. 12 gigs of RAM and a 5K screen. What in the hell? That is like a $500 car with $20,000 tires on it. That is terrible. And you keep doing this to people. And to me, I'm taking it as an insult at this point.
Right.
Like, come on, Slim. Like, I don't see all the competition that's out here and it's way better.
Yeah, so, man.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
It's hard out here for the Mac users.
We are brand loyalists, so it makes it really tough.
Best mixing products. Ooh, I know some.
Best mixing products?
I was going to say, it's this joint. Oh, God, what's it called? EQ. What else? Compression?
Yeah.
Reverb?
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, that's really, no matter who makes it, that's literally all this shit is. It's EQ, and people, y'all guys, you can't get caught up in the brand of Wave's got a new plugin that does the same thing that all these other plugins do.
Yeah, all of them do the same thing. Yeah. Just some of them like, oh, they got the new one knob joint. Well, that's the EQ and a compressor and whatever that's working together at a certain ratio. When you turn the knob, just all these things. It's like setting up macros in Ableton. You could do that.
It's the application, man.
Yeah, it's all about the application. Terrible.
what makes a good songwriter? It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's well, I think the most important, which I think when people think of songwriters, right, they don't think about the melody first.
Why not? That's like the thing.
I'm telling you, I still get songwriters who be like, "Oh, I'm a songwriter. Let me send you a song," and they send me a note document. What the fuck I want to do with this note document?
I can't translate this into a song.
What am I about to do? I'm about to open up Excel? What we about to do with this?
Right. That's it, William Shakespeare. I need you to give me some.
Yo, read along with it. That ain't gonna do nothing for me. I need to hit a melody. I don't care about the words.
They give you a reference. Use the tune of Old MacDonald.
Right. But I could care less about... No, you know how we do.
Yeah, the words.
The words is the last part of the song.
Yeah, you fill those in.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the last part and honestly the least important part. Unless you're just nice at it and you stand out. But yeah. And guys, for those of you that don't know, most of your favorite artists and songwriters and singers, they don't write words. They do melodies. Mm-hmm. Then they mumble words. Then they go back and fill in the mumbles with actual words. That's how the whole game works. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I haven't been in the studio with anyone who did not do it that way professionally.
Cause it's like, I feel like everybody else like makes a bunch of puzzle pieces, and then tries to make a puzzle and make it fit into a certain thing instead of just making the outline and then filling it in. Does that make sense? Is that a good analogy? Okay, cool.
Makes perfect sense.
Ecamm Entertainment, what up, man?
What's happening?
Do you send A&Rs or artists mastered instrumentals or just mixed?
Just mixed.
Yeah. Because we don't do math. I think it's one of them things, too, of like people hear mastering and they think it's one thing and it's not. Yeah, when you put an ozone is a mastering unit.
But you're not mastering.
But you're not mastering, if that makes sense. It's used for mastering, but people just use it to make their shit loud.
Right. And you got to think. You get stuff mastered because you use a master engineer that use mastering engineer techniques, not just mastering engineer tools. So the fact that you have a mastering engineer tool does not mean you can master because you don't know the proper techniques for the tools that you're using.
If you have a hammer, a screwdriver, and a level, does that make you a carpenter?
I don't know. No, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice question.
I think I missed it. I feel real analogies-ish today.
I like that though. I heard a good analogy this morning listening to the Tim Ferriss show. I can't remember it right now though.
I definitely have an analogy in my my phone in my notes, but I'm just waiting for the right moment. I felt like every week we always get a question, and I've just been waiting to use this analogy for this question. But I'm just waiting.
Trizza got them on deck. Yo, better watch out. They on deck.
I think I missed the event in DC with Dave from Sada. Damn, homie.
Damn, that's sad.
How you miss Herb? How you miss Dave and Herb, man?
That's sad.
Do you track out every beat before mixing it and sending it out, or do you just mix it in the DAW and then send it out? Yeah, I do everything in the DAW.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not tracking out outside of the DAW then sending. Especially if you're just sending tracks to somebody, don't go all out and send them out to be mastered and all that. Listen, if you send it to an A&R and they like the track for what it is, like I like the melody, I like the whatever, they're gonna pick the track. They're not like, yo, your mixes are terrible, I don't want the track. Because they know someone else is going to mix the song.
Exactly.
So no one's really listening. Your mixes really have to be super duper trash for A&R not to pick a beat he likes from you because of the mix. Mm-hmm. A&Rs aren't listening to the mix. Mm-hmm. When you send a beat to artists, they aren't listening to the mix at all. And when it's said and done, when they want your joint, you're not going to be the one that mixes it. Yeah. So don't not do stuff because of the mix, and don't do too much stuff to try to get a perfect mix.
Yeah, you gotta just get them out there. You know what I mean? You just gotta understand how to get it. I was so worried about my drums because, like you said, people gotta like it. So at a certain point, it's gotta be to a certain quality where people hear it and it's just like, okay, it's tolerable. For me, and it's just me being me, I just didn't like it. But it was good. If you heard it in the studio, you're not mad at it. Right. It just won't the best. Mm-hmm. But now I kind of figured that out. Now I'm like, okay. But yeah, it ain't like you gotta. It didn't stop me. Yeah. I kept sending shit out.
When it comes to good music, think about how people consume music now. Most people listen to music on their phones, maybe without earbuds. But when you hear good music, it could be on the crappiest thing. It could be live. It could be a terrible mix. But if it's jamming, you're like, yo, this joint is jamming. I listen to a lot of like, I used to listen to a lot of like Hindi stuff and all that stuff. Worst mixes in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible mixes.
Oh yeah, that makes it be
trash. But the songs be so jamming that you're like, yo, this song is jamming. Let me play it for you. It's terrible mixing, bro. So awesome.
What made you switch from Logic? My story is my Logic. Okay, guys, I came from a bootleg Logic. Somebody gave it to me on a flash drive. Not my proudest moment.
Lord help.
I encourage you to buy your DAWs, especially if look, guys. I know what it is. I'm not going to encourage anybody to download anything illegally because this shit all fucks up and then you run the risk of messing up your computer. But if you're going to invest in anything, please invest in your DAW.
Right.
You do not want your DAW cracking and doing all that other stuff. If you going to buy something, buy the DAW.
Buy the DAW.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
And but yeah, my Logic just kept messing up, man. And I would use Ableton to sample. So I would warp samples in Ableton and rewire it to Logic and just build the beat.
Right.
And then when my Logic messed up, I had to still work. I had sessions lined up and it was like, all right, I got Ableton though. I kind of know how to use it. So I use this till I get Logic fixed.
Right.
And then I never got Logic fixed.
Got stuck.
I just uninstalled it and just kept moving.
Got stuck.
Y'all need to have a special guest like 21 Savage or something. 21 Savage.
21 Savage?
It isn't the first guest that I thought. I was thinking
not
maybe,
at all.
Maybe B Cox, maybe
like
Timbaland.
some type of producer.
Yeah, 21
time producer. Like, are you just naming people that you like?
Meant right to a cadence like songwriter writes to a melody. Yep, facts. See, yeah, I would do melody first, then write. I had to choose between arranging and composing chorus. Which would you pick to improve making a beat / good music? If I had to pick between arranging and... That's kind of hard for me because it's like saying... What's a good analogy? Hold on, I'm thinking.
I got one if you don't.
Yeah, go ahead and tell yours.
It's like, what's more important, chewing or swallowing? Like,
there you go.
You have to do both at this. They go hand in hand. Like, you can only talk about one for so long, 30 seconds, without mentioning the other.
Because here's the thing, you can arrange the hell out of a beat, but if it's not composed right, it's still trash.
Yeah.
And if you compose the hell out of the beat and it's arranged terrible, it's still trash.
What could you walk better with if you only have one right shoe or one left shoe? Don't matter. You're gonna walk crappy. You need both. Facts. At the same time, working together.
Facts. Are there any stock plugins in Ableton similar to Sausage Fattener?
No. But what you'll end up using?
I was gonna say OTT.
Oh, okay, okay.
That reminds me of it. It's kind of OTT.
Yeah, OTT. I was gonna say you can achieve that same effect using a combination of effects because essentially that's what Sausage Fattener is. It's EQ, compressor, saturator. Yeah. They're all tied into one knob, and when you turn the knob, they all increase or decrease at different ratios per thing. Like the compressor will increase this much, whereas the saturator might increase this much and the EQ might increase this much. Right. But you're turning the same knobs, just over a short span of distance, they'll increase or decrease at different rates of speed.
Facts.
That's all Sausage Fattener is. So, not saying that it's simplistic or stupid, it's a great plugin, but you could achieve the same effects just by tying in different plugins and mapping them correctly.
Macro.
I'm super about that, like setting the minimum and maximum, because that's how you, without getting too nerdy, that's how you control how fast things increase or decrease, or how much they increase or decrease. I have 3 knobs or 3 parameters tied into the same knob, but when I'm turning the knob, they're not all moving at the same rate.
You see, I just picked up my phone and started typing.
Already, so I'm like, oh, that's a question, lady.
Yeah, that is something that I need to ask you.
No problem.
See, this is what you do. I literally, he's talking, and I had a question. I wrote it down so I can remember later.
Some people are like, hey, so
about that.
Yep. Hey, it's just payback because I called you 3 times yesterday with questions.
Hey, it's all good. All right. This is literally, if y'all guys do not understand, this is literally our life of figuring out new shit. And then we discuss all day about how we can make it, how we can pimp the system as much as possible on this new thing we're doing. Like, what is the best way to do it? How do we maximize it? And that's all we talk about.
It's Friday. I think I called you on Monday and told you about something great. Mm-hmm. Then you called me back on Wednesday and you took it to a next level. And then I called you with questions about that. And then you came here today with questions about me about that. Because I took it from what you did.
That's how you got to do it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and please, guys, this is not to do with a question, but it just made me realize to be successful in this music shit, you have to have a team.
Yes.
And it's not just necessarily a bunch of people making beats, but you have to have other people around you to help you with certain stuff.
Yeah.
You have to. It's impossible to do this by yourself. You will go crazy trying to do this by yourself.
Or you only get to a certain level.
Trust me. For me, speaking from personal experience, I tried to do a lot of shit myself. Mm-hmm. It did not work. I damn near went crazy.
Yeah. It goes back to Ray Kroc in the McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be cooking the burgers and cleaning the restaurant and running the business. Mm-hmm. You only gonna have one restaurant and it's only gonna grow so much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a good question. Any super producers y'all met that you wish you hadn't? They say never meet your heroes.
Ooh.
That's a hard one because it's like
thinking. It has to be at least one.
There's somebody I met that was definitely a dick. I'm trying to think who it was. You know, he's not my hero. And he's not a producer either.
Oh, damn.
But I'm just thinking of people who I met that I thought were going to be one way. Bobby Valentino, I don't fuck with him.
Really?
Because I was an intern at DTP and he treated me like shit, bro.
Bobby
Valentino little ass was talking shit. And I was like, dog, you fucking 4 feet tall, dog.
Just rude out there.
Just rude. I'm like, dog, I will step on you, bro. Like, why are you so rude?
That's fucking
But then it'd be a nigga like T.I. T.I. was probably the nicest person I've ever met. And it blew my mind because it's like, you T.I., bro.
Do you think it's because Bobby Valentino had like a musical Napoleon? Not because he's small, but he has a Napoleonic complex. Like, I have something to prove because I'm the new guy here.
Well, that, and I just think some people are just dicks. I just think some people are just, they understand there's a team effort.
Yeah.
So, you know, some people see, like, dog, if I had an intern, dog, my intern is about to be my dog. We about to kick it. We about to, because I know that I need him just as much as he needs me. You know what I'm saying? If it's a situation, like, you have an assistant, I have an assistant. Dog, I'm so nice to my assistant. Because I need her.
Hell yeah.
I need her, bro. You know what I mean? So I have to, I get it. I understand, like, yo, this is how you make great things. It's not about just you.
No, yeah, it's not. And you have to be nice to the people around. Mm-hmm. Some people say you don't. And some people are hard on the people around them. And I've seen that make people better as well. So I can't say it doesn't work, but it doesn't work for me.
But I feel like a lot of times when people are hard on them, it might make the person great that they're hard on, but they're great away from them. You know what I'm saying?
Often that happens.
As soon as you get away, it's like, oh, fuck you, I'm about to prove you wrong.
Yeah, often that happens. The only person I saw that's really harsh on, he's kind of harsh on people. Actually, really harsh on people, and people still flourish around him. You know what I'm going to say. I give you a guy. Polow.
Yeah.
Yo, Polow's a different type of dude.
But yeah, he's hard. Like he wants you to be. You could tell his goal is he wants you to be better.
Great. Yeah.
So that's a different thing than just being an asshole. Polow's like I ain't gonna say he's an asshole, but he's a unique person.
Yeah.
But you could tell he genuinely cares about the music. That's why I respect him.
Yeah. Here's a Polow move. If you're like, yo, I'm tired of coming here every day, and I'm working my ass off, and some people just don't want to work as hard as I do. Polow will be like, all right, what are you talking about? Point them out. Point to them. And then talk to them. And say, like, who do you think is an asshole here? Who do you think? Tell him. Talk to him and say it. Put on some boxing gloves. Fight about, you know what I mean?
But that's dope about him, too.
Yeah. But you can tell it's genuinely him. It's not like some guy just being a dick. You're like, oh, no, this is really him. And you just see the good. Because I've seen him do some fucked up shit. But you immediately see the point to it.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, it's not just like, oh, he's an asshole. You're like, oh, I see exactly why. Right. Are we still on here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have this.
We're just definitely talking this shit.
Where should one start when trying to learn and get into the business side of music? I would say learn business and then apply it to music.
Damn, that's probably the most profound thing that I've heard all day. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Because I don't think it's many people. Because even like the things to know about the music business, it's an old ass book. It teaches you some stuff and it teaches you about publishing deals and all that, but it's old.
It's business common sense.
Right.
Like once you understand business and the common sense structure of business, you can apply it to any type of business. So, but yeah, that's very good to learn the music business. Just learn business.
Yeah, and then apply it.
But the funny thing, we are music people. We do music stuff. But the more and more we talk and the more we do together, like we said, we talk about less and less music now and more business, even though the business talk drives the music.
And it's so weird because it's like before my life was all music and I had a hard time getting into the music business.
Yes.
And then when I stopped caring about music, I don't care about placements. I don't care about the business. I don't really care. I'm just, all right, what is business? And now everything's coming. I'm getting more placements. I'm getting more sales. I'm getting more off of just being more focused on the end result than rather the politics shit.
Yeah, you focus on, like, you know what to do. Because I liken it to, because I was the same way. Back then, we were both younger. And it's like, you just want. Like, it's like a girl. You just run up to her, hey, baby. Like, you'd never learn how to approach a woman. The proper way to talk to a woman. If you just did that, you would get the woman. But you running up to her like a wolf is going to run her away. And that's how I was. I don't know about you, but that's how I was in music. Like, I want placements. I'm going to send all these A&Rs and I'm just going to here, buy my stuff and send my... And once you understand, like, no, these are the proper things you just do.
Right.
Regardless of what you're after. And then all the stuff you wanted starts to come your way.
I say, learn just business stuff. Gary Vee, Tim Ferriss, Pat Flynn, Grant Cardone, Peter Voog, who else? I'm trying to think. It's so many people. It's so many.
You said Tim Ferriss. Elon Musk.
Man, it's so many people you can learn the business side. And the thing is, you just take that and you just gotta try shit. That's literally all it is. Now, I can probably
listen to business podcasts.
That's all we do every day.
Every day. Yep.
And how many business have you tried or ideas that you tried and it didn't work out?
Since listening to those or before listening to those?
Shit, since.
Not one. Just one. That's it.
But before that,
a million.
See, that's
nothing worked.
You gotta understand it. Okay, what I'm doing is not working, and just really sit back and like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do.
Funny enough, back then when I wanted it so bad, I would try everything. Nothing worked, dog. Like nothing worked. But like you said, when you stop trying and you just focus on your business, it all works out. It all comes to you.
Facts. How did you start making money in music, which relates to everything we just been talking about?
Yeah.
And even for me, Oracle just put me on some new stuff. We've been talking about it. And I hit him like, bro, I needed this. This is what I needed because it's a certain amount of responsibility you have to understand comes with this music shit. Nobody's going to do this for you. Nobody wants it worse than you do. You know what I mean? Nobody cares about your career more than you're going to care about your career.
Very true.
So you had to set yourself up in a way to get people to care that much about it. You know what I'm saying? That should be your goal, is to make people care about your stuff as much as you care about it.
Very true.
And once you can figure that out, you can get 20 million things done. But just trying to do stuff and that was my issue. I would just try to do stuff by myself and like, oh, I can do this. I can design. I'm a graphic designer. I can make my own logo. I'll make my own website. It's cool. I can handle all this.
I did the same damn thing and I wasn't good at nothing.
And that shit fuck you up. Ask me how much of that shit I do now. I'm a graphic. That's my shit.
You did my logo.
I don't make nobody logo no more, dog. I don't do nothing.
Because it's just a certain level of things. There's a certain level of delegation that goes along with all this. And we both would like, just do it. I just do it myself. And one man band, terrible. Everybody that you know and admire that has made it has not done it by themselves. I don't give a damn who you think it is. Name one person. I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. You are wrong.
Facts. What do you think when someone asks for a beat but they keep wanting something different than what you showed them?
Nah. Well,
it's gonna happen now.
Yeah, what's your business?
Yeah.
Are you a guy who just, I made a beat, whoever can buy it, or are you a producer, like I'm working with an artist and I want to make the best product? You know what I mean? Because the latter situation with the artist, yeah, revisions and yeah, we trying to get the best result. But now if I'm just like 3 beats for $50 and you like, yo, can you change the bells or
Right.
Hey, you can get out of here with that.
Eat that whole dick. Not the half, the whole dick. The whole.
Hilarious.
Shout out to Umami running around Seattle in 60-degree weather in that UnQuantized tee.
Hey, with 8 Starbucks around her.
Hey. Oh yeah, that's the Starbucks capital of the world.
I think they started Starbucks there. I want to say.
Do you produce DJ friendly tracks, cut cues, intros, etc.? Yes, I do.
Nice.
I'm a DJ, so when I send out records, I do. You know, I already got them joints queued up in Serato. You know, I already know. I want you to start that joint right here. What do you think about 4-bar melody loops in rap songs? Sure.
If it's dope.
I know songs that are 2-bar loops.
I know songs.
Hits.
Yo, I listened to a song the other day that was a half-bar loop. And it had no drops and no changes. And I'm trying to remember who did it. It was either Tim or somebody. But I'm listening to the song. It's a song, it was like a famous, like we all love it. It's something that we all love. And I'm like, this is a half-bar loop that just repeats. Holy shit. Hey, we love it to this day.
It's just like when I was with JD, well, I was with Brian, and he was showing me how JD made Crisscross, the jump.
Oh, off the Jackson 5.
1-bar loop.
Yep. All About the Benjamins, 1-bar loop. You know, you got they reverse it at the turnaround, but a lot of those simple joints that are like the classics were like 1-bar loops. If you think about a lot of Dre's production, it wasn't so much loopy, but it was so simplistic. There would be no drops, really, no changes. Like the beat wouldn't change. If you listen to, I'm picking a random song. I don't even really like this song. Mary J. Blige. I don't know, Hollery in this dancery. Whatever.
You gonna say that?
Yeah. The simplest. I don't even like that. I don't think it's any drops in that joint. It's no nothing.
No, it's not.
Even from songs I was involved in. Look at Picasso. Jay-Z Picasso. It's a loop. It's like 2 drops in the song, but their drops like the whole thing comes out, and it comes back in. But there's no change. It doesn't go to a chorus section or whatever. Some of our favorite jams, and if you go back and you listen, they don't change, but they were just so dope, and people understood frequency separation and melody so much that they didn't need to change. You didn't realize it didn't change.
If you were just starting out, should you send free beats to YouTubers?
What are they gonna do with them?
Okay, here.
Oh, wait, play in the background?
Here's my thing. If you are an artist, if you were a rapper or a singer, I would say yes. Because it's one thing if people are hearing your music and they can be like, oh, who did that? I like the song. If you're a producer, nobody's gonna be like,
who made that beat?
Right.
And like, they'll say, I like that beat.
Yeah, but then they're like, who made that?
Right.
Let me go check them out. It's not gonna happen. So I would only, unless the YouTubers were rappers.
Yeah.
And they
got like, you got some understanding with them, like they'll list you.
Yeah, but what are you getting out of it?
Maybe some looks.
Yeah, I mean, because you gotta think, even if you get a look, if they at your name, if nobody's paying attention for it, if you got a store and a big ass sign, but you in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. I'm like, hey man, first of all, you gotta have a certain number of subscribers for me to even talk to you. Then after that, like, yo, in the product, in the description, within the first X amount of lines, I need my name in there. Don't put me in the description at the bottom where I need to be above the fold.